back to the Tennessee Frugal Craftsman. We are on an adventure today. Not on the property, as you can tell. As has been noted in some of my videos, I've been trying to get somebody to grade my lumber. And of course the expense is anywhere from $500 retaining fee plus expenses, and then another $100, $115 an hour. Well, one of you YouTubers actually pointed something out to me the other day. Actually, it's been about a week ago, that according to the Tennessee Native Lumber Species Act, I can grade my own lumber. Well, the catch is this. I've got to go and take a 1-day or an 8-hour course to take a test. And so that's what I'm doing. Got up early this morning, heading to Knoxville, Tennessee, to take the class at the UTK, sorry. At the end of the day, I have to take a test, and so I will bring you along as much as I can for this journey. And so we're looking forward to whether I pass that test or not. It's been a while since I've been in school, so I can't recall the last time I took a test. So I'm not sure how this is going to work out.
We'll be fine.
So anyway, before the end of the video, hopefully by the end of the video, you'll know how this turned out. So it's just a little after 7 in the morning, and we are making our way to Knoxville. I'll be back. Well, I'm here at the U2C, or UT Knoxville, I should say. Just took my test. It was fairly straightforward. The meeting, the training was very doable for anybody who wants to do it. The issue I did run into was, as a builder, I don't always agree with the way things are graded. Of course, if you've ever run into using lumber that you buy at the box stores, you see stuff that's been graded that passes. You're like, how did that ever pass? Well, on my end, because this is a very conservative system that they're using, I'm saying you're failing it for that reason. I would use that normally in construction. So the beauty of being able to grade your own lumber is you can cut around a lot of the defects that would not normally kind of pass the grade if you were having somebody outside grade your lumber. That way, when I'm constructing, if I have a stud, for example, that may not meet the grade on one end, cut that end off and use it for a jack stud, or use it for a cripple or something like that, and there's still a lot of good wood in it. But the actual training was very doable. It is now not even 2 o'clock. we've been in the session probably for 4 or 5 hours total, doing instruction and doing sample testing. It's open book, so even the final is open book, so there should be no reason why you should fail it. And you only need to score 75, so I'm waiting right now on my grading to be done. But I would suggest anybody who's into wanting to build their own home out of their own lumber on their property here in Tennessee, especially, that's the way it is here, definitely take this class. The professor was very approachable, very helpful, and I learned a lot in a very short period of time. I love learning. And for the most part, it made a lot of sense what was being taught. It was just the standards are very conservative, very high, especially on their knots. Like I may have mentioned, the knots and the wanes. So anyway, just wanted to give you an update. I'll let you know in a bit whether I passed or not and whether I made the grade. So stay tuned. You know what this is, people? It's a certificate. It means I can grade my lumber. Just got out of the, just got my grades back. Got done. It's approximately 2:15, so the whole session was what, 2, 4, 5.5 hours, and that's not including our lunch breaks and stuff. So it was a very very worthwhile experience. excuse me. Very worthwhile experience. Worth the $75. They fed us donuts and water and coffee and pizza. It was just my day to come and do it, and just, driving down from home, so a little over an hour and a half. But definitely worth the experience, especially if you're in Tennessee, and you're in a boat where, like I am, which trying to get a home built out of your own out of your own lumber. This is the way to do it. I can't say enough good about it. It's worked very well, and now moving forward, I'm going to have a meeting with my local building inspector, let him know, kind of where I'm at and what I've done. And it's just, FYI for those in Tennessee, this is offered semi-annually. So they offer courses in Western Tennessee and then here in Knoxville, Eastern Tennessee. So you have that option. For me, it was close. It was, like I said, within an hour and a half. So that would work out for you. Some other states, depending on where you are, apparently have similar laws. I'm not exactly sure, because this is a relatively new law here in Tennessee. The Tennessee Native Species Lumber Act. I'm not exactly sure. They were kind of commenting, they're not sure how this is going to be moving forward, whether it's going to be challenged in court or what. But for now, it makes sense that a local homeowner building with their own lumber should be able to, grade it and use it to build. That's what they used to do. Homeowners used to build homes out of their own lumber. And if you use common sense, and especially myself as a licensed carpenter and builder for years, I know where I can use a piece of lumber and where I can't, or where I shouldn't. And I'm going to be looking now even closer, now that I've had some training. Now, granted, it's only a few hours. Am I as good as a structural engineer? Absolutely not. That's not what this is about. This is more about, making it practical and accessible for local homeowners, or those who want to build. So anyway, it's a done deal. Now you take 2 tests at the very end. One's written. It's actually only like 10 questions, true and false. And then you grade 10 pieces of lumber. They set out 10 pieces of lumber, and you go through it and you grade that lumber and just give it a pass or fail. And so I scored 10 out of 10 on my written and 10 out of 10 on the grading. And I just kind of explained why. I went on above and beyond, explained why things were true and false, and why I passed or failed a piece of wood. Because if there's any question with the instructor, he said, give me your explanation of why you did what you did, and I'll take that into consideration. And so even that was, very user-friendly, so to speak. So it's a done deal. I'll tell you in a future video how my meeting with the local building inspector goes. My only thing right now that I'm concerned about is I have some 6x6 white oak that I milled that I want to use for my porch roof, like to hold up the porch roof and the back deck. And those are the only things I'm not qualified to grade under this particular certification. But it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize if you have a 6x6 and it's solid white oak, that it's going to be stronger than a 6x6 even yellow pine. So I'm hoping that the building inspector will work with me on that, but I'll keep you apprised on what's going on. And so if your state, or if you're in Tennessee and your local building inspector giving you a hard time, it's the law. It's the law of the state. And once you take this test, you get that certification. So really appreciate you joining me today. And I've now got to find my family. They've been out doing some touring, and we're going to head home. But be looking for some more videos. I'm doing more planing. I've got about another 2.5 weeks of planing to finish up all of my planing and dipping, to finish up all of my dimensional lumber. And then I am going to move, hopefully in the direction of getting the basement dug. But before that, I've got to pull some permits. And so, as always, I appreciate you joining me. If you would, please like and subscribe. Until next time, as always, you have a great day.